Welcome back to the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajit. As Big Boy Bravs with us, we got Thanos back on the podcast. The Raptors end up losing their sixth straight game to the Detroit Pistons. First time they've been on this long of a losing streak since 2012. Saddiq Bey was one of the main reasons to why we lost that game. The rookie out of Villanova, a pick that was traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Detroit Pistons. He had a career high in threes, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He shot the lights out for sure. He had a double-double. I think he had 28 points, 12 rebounds for the game. DeLon Wright was no slouch. He flirted with the triple-double. And then you had Josh Jackson making clutch plays towards the end of that game where he got a steal when we had the rebound.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tight game. And then he also had a big three to make it a two-possession game. And the Raptors, the positive note was that they got Fred VanVleet and Siakam back. They got some bodies back in the lineup. OG was still out for the game. Hopefully he's back next game.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it felt like even though we had them back, we didn't have them back.
Yeah, for sure. I think it takes time. It takes time for you to get back to get your legs back into it, right? Even them being back today, we weren't going to win. But you saw a big difference, right? Of when they were there and when they're not there. So, I think probably by the next game or the game after, you'll see a change from the L to a W. But we'll see. I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. Norman Powell had a career high 43 points.
Mm-hmm. But we have to talk about the negative part, right?
I'm gonna get to that in a second.
Yeah.
I want to give him his flowers.
For sure.
So he had a career high 43 points, 8 threes for the game. Very efficient, 14 of 18 from the field.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, the negative part about that is he missed 2 crucial free throws for us, which is not something new. He's done that in a recent game.
For sure.
To help us win the game. And, unfortunately, missed free throws down the stretch by not just him, but Pascal Siakam, Chris Boucher, Fred VanVleet, Aaron Baines.
Mm-hmm.
It all added up because it was only a 4-point game as the Raptors dropped this one 116-112. It was a lot closer than we thought because with a minute left, it seemed like it was out of reach. And then the referees blessed us. The referees actually blessed the Toronto Raptors.
Yo, can I just say, like, can we get that ref to like coach ref every game for us? Like, honestly, man, I did not think in that last, like that offensive foul that Jeremy Grant got, I did not think they were going to reverse the call. Like,
sure, I thought, because even Jack Armstrong was like, it's
they were so surprised.
He squared his shoulder properly. It was like in the favor of Detroit, but boom, we got blessed hard.
Yeah, like from every angle you looked at, it looked like Jeremy Grant was there to get the charge on Pascal.
Right.
When that ref came back on that mic and was like, it was a successful challenge.
Yeah, I was like,
what the hell?
Even Nick Nurse was surprised, but the ball don't lie because Pascal missed one of those 2 free throws.
100%.
So yeah, he missed 1 crucial free throw, 1 out of 2 at the line on that possession itself. And it comes down to the Raptors defense collapsing again, obviously. They weren't able to get crucial stops when they needed to. But Norman Powell had them in the game throughout the whole night.
No, not just that. So one more thing, like I think the biggest factor that effed us up is free throws, right? I think we missed we missed
7 or 8 free throws.
Yeah, 7 or 8 free throws. And if we do the math, if we made them all, we don't want this game easy. Even like when we just talking about Norman Powell, like down the stretch, he missed 2 key free throws, right?
Yeah, to even add on to that, there was one, I think it was the third quarter where these guys couldn't score a basket for their life, bro. Like, I was like, I felt like pulling my hair out watching that quarter, Because I think it was 94 to what, like
103.
Yeah, it was like 103 where we couldn't score a basket. Like, bro, like we had a chance to win this game, but we just couldn't deliver.
We had so many open threes, but that Lowry would usually make in a game that he was just sing through the whole night.
He was off tonight.
Yeah, he was off.
Yeah.
He was 0 of 7 from the 3-point line. Fred VanVleet was 1 of 7 from the 3-point line. Together, they were 1 of 14 from the 3-point line. And the Raptors, their backcourt wasn't there tonight, even though Norman Powell went off.
Mm-hmm.
And when you were talking about free throws, the Raptors are 26 of 34 from the free throw line. They missed 8 free throws for the game. And the Detroit Pistons were 28 of 32. They only missed 4 free throws. One thing I didn't understand about that possession when Norman Powell missed that free throw to make it a 2-point game after he got that 4-point play, why didn't they just foul Mason Plumlee?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I was telling my brother's telling me off camera, bro. Like, no, there's no rule, but like Mason Plumlee had the ball after Norm missed a free throw.
Yeah.
Obviously, I get it. Like, they didn't want to foul it because there's still time on the clock. But like at that possession, you should have at least tried it. I would have took that risk.
For sure.
Because he missed 2 free throws prior to that, right?
Yeah, he did. He's a 68% free throw shooter from what I saw. So, like the odds are in your favor.
He missed 2 prior to that, and so like I was thinking, I know what these guys were thinking. The Raptors were like, there's the shot clock difference was there, so we didn't have to foul him.
Yeah.
But take the chance, because at the end of the day, that possession that they gave up, Jeremy Grant ended up scoring a huge bucket for them, a clutch bucket for them over Lowry. He created a little space and then got a little jumper over him.
Yeah, and they killed all the time too.
There's something I wish Pascal would be able to do, for God's sakes. Like,
yeah, I know.
I don't know, like Pascal, he's back, but those spinoramos, man.
I thought I would miss it, but I'm gonna take what I said back. The other video, like where I said I miss him more than I'd rather see him spin around than watch the bench play. No, I'd rather see the bench play, to be honest.
You saw how happy Van Vliet was to come back on the court after being under health and safety protocols.
Yeah.
And Pascal, even during right before the game, he was like, "I'm back. We're back."
Yeah.
He was excited. OG obviously didn't play, like I mentioned earlier. And now Dwayne Casey. Casey.
5-0, right? He's 5-0, I think.
5-3.
5-3.
5-3, yeah.
First season that he was with Detroit after the Raptors fired him, he went 3-0 against us. The year we won the championship, and then the last season we went 3-0 against him, and then this season we're 0-2 against him, and
just going back and forth at this point.
Right.
But he was embracing Fred VanVleet and Norman Powell during the game.
After, right? I saw that.
Yeah, and even before, I think. But DeLon Wright, the former Raptor, came out to play. Like I said, flirted with the triple-double. And he had some really big baskets. He scored 18, 10, and 8. So 18 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists in 37 minutes with 2 steals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's obviously the starting point guard for them with Derrick Rose traded to New York. So DeLon Wright has that starting role now. And, he could play the 1 and the 2, but he has a relationship with Dwayne Casey, and they're both familiar with each other, right? So,
yeah.
Mason Plumlee had a double-double. He's a really good underrated passer, and
for sure,
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Him and Dennis Smith Jr. the first game against us on March 3rd, both had a triple-double that game against us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I believe Norman Powell that game set a career high for himself with 36 points. So in 2 games, he basically had 79 points against the Detroit Pistons. Jeremy Grant, probably the leading candidate for most improved player. In 34 minutes.
Yo, he's sick, man. Yo, big ups to him. That guy killed it.
I did not ever think in my mind that Jeremy Grant would be this type of player.
No, but he's
coming from Denver Nuggets. I did not think that.
In 34 minutes, he had 23 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 3 blocks. And one of those blocks were a nasty one on. Was it Boucher?
It was Boucher.
Yeah, you're right. It was Chris Boucher.
Yeah.
A nasty volleyball spike.
I didn't think it was him. I thought it was Stewart. I didn't know it was him.
No, it was him.
Until I saw the replay.
Yeah, it was a nasty volleyball spike. Masai knew that this guy, Jeremy Grant, and Christian Wood would be players like this in Houston and Detroit. I think he would have signed both of them. Bro, 3 years, $60 million for Jeremy Grant, and 3 years, $41 million for Christian Wood.
Yeah, I would do that.
No, 100%. Yo, that's a skill, man. And the fact that I understood Denver, right? Denver could have I don't know, but Jeremy Grant leaving Denver was good for him for his career development. But man, I seen glimpses of it last year in the bubble. I didn't know it was going to be this amazing, but this guy killed it.
I agree.
Right now.
100%. If we just weren't so crazy to get Giannis, we would have been able to, use some of our cap space to get those two players.
100%.
Well, the main thing that came out of this game is obviously Norman Powell's stock going up even higher.
Yeah.
And with this unorthodox season, the Raptors should be looking at trading him for some assets right now.
For
I
sure.
feel like his contract's coming up. Unless they're thinking about signing him or giving him the permanent starting role, I don't see a reason in keeping him.
Who, Powell?
Like I feel like he's on expiring deal. Kyle Lowry's on expiring deal. They both obviously aren't going to have the starting role next season.
Let me understand this. So you're saying that it's time for us to rebuild, basically. You let loose of our two not key assets, but let loose of our assets and then just build around Freddie and Siakam and OG.
I'm not saying rebuild because that means tear the whole thing apart. Retool.
So you're changing from your summer tires to your winter tires, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I feel like Kyle Lowry and Norman Powell right now, contenders are salivating for a guy like Kyle Lowry to be their point guard. And Norman Powell is still a young, valuable piece that we can maybe turn into some really good assets moving forward, especially with this being more than likely a lost season for us.
Mm-hmm.
And the Raptors, on top of that, right now, I don't feel like we have a chance to compete with the guys, the big dogs of the East right now.
We don't. I've been saying this from the start of the season when they went 2-8. I was like, yo, we should just blow everything up like at this point.
No, I said don't blow it up. No, don't blow it up. But
I don't know. I kind of feel like I would have went for a lottery pick, honestly.
What I'm saying right now is with the likes of Brooklyn being there for a few more years, Milwaukee not going anywhere with the Supermax deal for Giannis.
We're not.
And Philadelphia being there. We had our window where we were able to sneak a championship in 2019.
Yeah.
So we're good for a bit. We've been struggling for 25 years to even be relevant. So I think we can sit back for a few years, watch everyone else. Exactly. Watch everyone else fight it out for a few years and let us retool and we'll get back to the top eventually. But I don't know. This is such a weird season. I feel like there's going to be a lot of things happening and we're going to get caught off with a lot of trades and a lot of pickups during the season. I can't wait to see it.
The fact that Brooklyn has what you said earlier, like they have like three of the top 25 players on their team, and like all the other teams are contending and stuff. We're not going to contend. So like within that gap, wouldn't you think it's best for us to like actually look into the draft more? Because like I don't see us even having a chance to compete with those guys, to be honest.
I would say that Brooklyn, before I get to your point, the way James Harden and Kyrie are playing, they're playing like top 10 players right now. So I feel like they have three of the top 10 players on their team. And on top of that, I would be looking at going to the draft and try to develop some players.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we look like a team that is more than likely a first-round exit. I want to talk about some of the key players for the Detroit Pistons. Yeah. Mason Plumlee in 24 minutes had a double-double, 10 points, 14 rebounds, 2 assists, and a block. And that guy, Isaiah Stewart, he's a rookie at night.
Yo, that guy killed it today. Rookie, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
And Sadiq Bey are both rookies, but this guy's a 19-year-old, and he, in 23 minutes...
Where's Sadiku, whatever? That guy is the second year, right? Sadiku...
Yeah. I thought he would do much better this year, because last year he was killing it at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys remember Sekou.
He's talking about Sadiq Bey.
No, he said Sekou. He said Sekou.
Sekou. The guy on the Pistons.
Yeah, that guy's the second year.
Number 45. Yeah. He's the second year.
Yo, but too.
Yeah, he was the 18-year-old last year that was put into the starting lineup, and he was killing it for a bit. But now he's coming off their bench.
Yeah,
they got better players now.
With Don Ray, keep going.
Isaiah Stewart, though, in 23 minutes had 10 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a block. There was one possession where he looked like he was going to get up and beat up Chris Boucher when he got dropped.
Damn, DeLon Wright got 18, 10, and 8.
Yeah.
Yo, he's good, yo.
Josh Jackson, in 23 minutes, had 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. He's actually a really good player himself. He's rejuvenated now, playing for the Detroit Pistons, being the 4th pick in the 2017 draft. He was the next pick after Jason Tatum in that draft.
Oh, I had no idea. Jeez.
And Frank Jackson had a clutch shot. He didn't do much in 31 minutes. He had 7 points, 2 rebounds. But he had a clutch basket there. He had an and one earlier during the game, but he did kind of make a difference at certain key parts of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the Raptors, for the most part, Chris Boucher, 29 minutes at 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He had 4 blocks for the game. He had a nice block on Sadiq Bey at the 3-point line.
Yeah.
And he had a couple blocks in the paint on, I think it was Frank Jackson or somebody else. Norman Powell in 37 minutes at 43 points, 3 rebounds, 0 assists, 0 steals, 0 blocks. He's the second player to get 43 points and no assists, no steals, and no blocks after Carmelo Anthony when he got 62 on the Charlotte Hornets. And Kyle Lowry, even though in 35 minutes he was asked from the 3-point line, he got 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 15 assists tonight. 3 steals. He had some really nice passes. He had a lot of key assists to Chris Boucher, who finished like and ones and stuff. It was pissing DeLon right off. It was pissing him the off. Aaron Baines, in 26 minutes, he had 9 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and a nice block off the backboard, I think, on DeLon Wright. He had a flagrant foul. He almost beat up Mason Plumlee. Where he grabbed him by the neck, but he missed one of the technical free throws. And he played like ass for the most part. I want to get into the rebounding for a second because we got murked again on the rebounds.
Yeah.
Fred VanVleet in 32 minutes had 12 points, 1 rebound, 4 assists, and 3 steals. Someone said that he needs to be the defensive player of the year.
Yeah, I agree.
Pascal Siakam in 30 minutes had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists with 1 block. Him and VanVleet coming back in their first game. VanVleet was 2 of 13 from the field for the night, and Pascal was 3 of 11 from the field. Pascal as a whole missed 3 free throws for the game. Norman Powell missed 2, Boucher missed 1, and Baines missed 1. So you see how those free throws added up for us in the loss today.
Yeah.
Obviously, the bench was nowhere to be found. Send out an APB for that whole bench.
Yeah, man. We need a bench, man. We don't have anything. We have no production off the bench.
Matt Thomas hit 1-3 during the beginning of the game where we were like, oh, shit, he's back.
And then he went missing.
Same with Paul Watson. Paul Watson hit a nice 3 in the first quarter, right? At the end of the first?
Yeah, he hit like in front of 2 people.
Yeah.
And I believe Stanley Johnson, oh my God.
Bro. Stanley Johnson needs a new hairstyle, man. That's not working for him.
Yeah, it worked.
In 11 minutes, he had 0 points, a rebound, 0 assists, 0 everything else across the board. You know who I'm surprised didn't play today?
Who?
Bembry, Terrence Davis. Bembry, Terrence Davis, and Patrick McCaw were all DNPs, and Henry Ellison.
But Terrence
what happened to Bembry?
So it's fine.
What happened to Bembry, man? I totally forgot about that.
I don't know.
How did I not notice Bembry not playing today?
I know.
I was just in awe on how well Norman was playing tonight. I just didn't.
No, you were just happy. You were just happy everyone came back. You're like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that too.
The Raptors allowed the Pistons to score 37 points in the first quarter, which isn't even the highest they've given up to them. On March 3rd, they gave up 43 points. Luckily, they were able to score 31 and keep it a 6-point game after the first quarter. Second quarter, they held Detroit to 26 points and they scored 27 themselves. And I believe they're only down 5 at halftime.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the third quarter, they got scored by 2, 25-23. And then in the fourth, they outscored the Pistons 31-28, eventually losing by 4. I know, man. These games are adding up, bro.
They are. But we'll see. Pray.
We're facing Utah on Friday, man.
It's not getting any easier. Our schedule is not getting easier.
This was the easy part of our schedule. We just got.
Yeah, I know. And we didn't.
We messed up.
Usually during the times when we have the easy schedules, we usually capitalize on it.
Yeah.
But this year we've given up so many games during the easy part. Now we're gonna struggle even more going into the second half.
Yeah. If we go into that little like round robin, like do or die type situation, I think we can still survive, like Portland did last year.
You're talking about like the 7-10 tournament?
The play-in tournament. Yeah,
the play-in tournament.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to do that. I mean, I think the Raptors, if they have a full squad, they can compete with any of those bottom teams.
True.
The Raptors for the game shot 43% from the field, 37 of 86. Mm-hmm. They allowed Detroit to shoot 51% for the game. 38 of 75 from the field. And the Raptors from the three-point arc, they only shot 30%, 12 of 40. And they allowed Detroit to shoot 41%, 12 threes out of 29 attempts. Free throws we already went through. We only shot 76%. We allowed them to shoot 88. Rebounding, this is another disgusting game. We were a minus 24 again for the game. 54-30, bro.
This is where Tristan would come through for us, especially offensive rebounds, man. Like, this guy would come crucial for us. Like, he would come through with just the rebounding. That's all we need.
It's not even the rebounding itself. He'll score it in. He'll get
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that too. But I'm just saying, he'll throw it to the three-point line, man.
Yeah, sorry. One more thing I want to add is he'll be that big presence. You know what I mean? Like, he'll be that massive presence. So,
yeah, for sure.
Offensive rebounds was only a -3. Detroit had 13. We had 10. Assists, we were a +4. We had 27. They had 23. Steals, 8-7. Detroit was a +1. Blocks, we were a +1, 6-5. Turnovers, we were a +11. We only had 9. They had 20. And then personal fouls, we had 26 and they had 30. Aside from the Norman Powell having an amazing game and the Raptors getting most of their bodies back, the fact that it was competitive again is bearable to watch now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Like these past games without them, the first 5 games we lost, it was basically
hard.
It was all blowouts, right? It was all blowouts. This one we actually had a chance to win, so I'm happy about that. So that's a positive note going forward. For the Raptors, next up, Utah. I remember last season we murked them by 40 in the first half.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a way better Utah team. They have a lot more confidence. They're number 1 in the Western Conference right now.
Oh, yeah.
They got their 6th man too, Jordan Clarkson.
Yo. That guy is sick. I have him in my fantasy, yo.
He's doing it up for you, eh?
He's blessing me still. Him, Jeremy Grant, yo. Both of them.
We're playing Utah on Friday night, right?
Yeah, we're playing Friday night, yeah.
All right, so the Raptors, hopefully they get OG Anunoby back. You remember, Utah was the last game we played before the shutdown last year.
Yeah.
And OG and Rudy Gobert almost gone to a fight there.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. We ended that road trip 4-0. The last time the Raptors had a 6-game losing streak was when Kyle Lowry first got traded to the Toronto Raptors in 2012. You know what our starting lineup was then? It was Jose Calderon, DeMar DeRozan, Michael Petrus, Ed Davis, and Jonas Valanciunas.
Ed Davis, jeez, that was a while back.
That was the time, the shitty days, the slum days, when Dwayne Casey first came in and was trying to rebuild our whole roster and get it to where it is now. I mean, not exactly now, but obviously when we were winning the past 7 years. And the Raptors, hopefully they can turn it around against Utah, even though Utah is the number 1 team in the Western Conference.
Mm-hmm.
The Raptors have had a lot of luck against them in the past years. Last year, before the bubble, they were up 40 points on them at halftime and won that game, literally in the first half. And you know what happened to Rudy Gobert after that? He started rubbing all the mics and, But yeah, hopefully they can turn it around. Anuj, I know you mentioned the fact that you wanted to get to who we're throwing under the bus and who our star player is. So let's start with the negatives. All we can feel is negativity when it comes to Toronto Raptors. Bravs, who do you want to throw under the bus?
I don't know. I feel like Stanley Johnson for sure. Toss him in there. The hairdo is disgusting.
So why don't you just throw the whole bench in, honestly? Like, again, do it again. Let's throw the whole bench.
Might as well, man. Like, but Stanley Johnson.
Including Larry too. Like, I expected a little bit more from Larry.
I can't throw Larry under the bus. He had 15 assists.
Throw in Norm Powell's free throws.
No. I'm not throwing in Norman. Like, Norman.
No. It's his speed.
Oh, just his free throws. This is how you.
I think aside from Kyrie, we got to cut him some slack for this game.
Yeah.
And Norman Powell and Boucher, I think we're throwing Van Vliet. I'm sorry, Van Vliet. Pascal, you deserve it. And everyone else, Aaron Baines, Paul Watson, Matt Thomas, Stanley Johnson, whoever else didn't contribute. Star player, I'm giving it to Norman Powell.
Yeah, 100%.
He had 2 crucial threes at the end of the game, man. Like,
yeah.
He's the reason why we're still in it. Besides the free throws, like, I'm not going to bash him for those free throws, right? Like, he made 2 clutch threes at the end of the game.
For sure.
Bravs, what were you going to say? You had something to say?
No. Like, your brother and I, we figured it out. We're good.
Covered it up?
Yeah.
Are we going to give anyone else part of the star in Chris Boucher or even Kyle Lowry's 15 assists?
No, we'll
Oh.
leave it on Powell. Let him.
Yeah, just give it to Norman. Honestly,
Because it was his career high day, we just let him have the shine.
he got his first 40 piece.
Literally give him a shine, right?
Yeah.
We'll let Kyle Lowry and Chris Boucher sit on the sidelines. Hopefully, like I mentioned earlier, the Raptors can pull it together with a W eventually. Hopefully Friday, sooner rather than later. And shout out to PJ Tucker before we end this podcast. Former Raptor. He was a second-round pick by the Toronto Raptors. Had 2 trips with the Raptors. Helped us in that 2017 playoff run when we beat Milwaukee.
It was before Kawhi, right? We PJ Tucker and someone else.
Yeah, Serge Ibaka. We got them.
Oh yeah.
Was it 2017?
Yeah, it was 2017 when we played.
Oh, was it
Milwaukee.
when we? Oh yeah.
It was 2017 when we played Milwaukee in the first round, and in Game 6, DeRozan had that sick-ass dunk to ice it in Milwaukee. But shout out to him for finally getting his ass out in, because those guys were treating him like trash, bro. That man deserves a raise for all the shit he does for them.
For sure, yo. Houston is a trash house, yo.
Yeah, I also feel bad for Myers Leonard, man. Like,
Yeah,
like
he's playing a video game. He's playing a video game and like
no, but that's not even the thing. The OKC literally went through that trade just for hit. Like Miami threw him in there just to like even out the deal with Trevor Ariza, right?
Yeah. So stupid.
But like, and he's not even gonna play on OKC. He's probably gonna get waived.
Well, I don't think it was just because of the situation that happened, but also because he's out for the season with shoulder surgery, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he's not going to play for the season. He wasn't
okay,
playing. He wasn't even playing when that happened.
Oh, okay.
So they
That makes sense then, yeah.
And OKC had Trevor Ariza just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah.
He was doing absolutely nothing, and so they obviously wanted to bring him in so they could use him, like what Portland did. Portland did something similar last year, from getting him from Sacramento.
Yeah, I remember.
Getting him from Sacramento to Portland, and same thing's happening here, OKC to Miami. But any final thoughts on the game before we call it a night?
I don't know if we're gonna win on Friday, unless Siakam and Freddie have like a thing. At this point, like I'm just like pulling out my hair. At this point, like it's so hard to watch.
That's the way to start this. That's the way to start it. Continue that negativity.
I'm gonna Dixon say we're gonna lose.
You've been saying that for the past 3 games, but we've been.
I know we've been losing.
All we've been doing is losing.
Should I say we're gonna win?
No, I don't know about that. We might get like 30 piece right now.
What was the song called? Was it by DJ Khaled where he goes, "All I do is win, win, win"?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But for the Raptors, all we do is lose, no matter what.
I just want to see a win, man. It's been so long since I've seen a win. Like,
Still.
All right, like I know we're all like smiling and laughing right now, but we all want to punch something.
No way.
yeah, I agree.
I haven't felt like this in almost a decade, really. It feels like it's been a decade. That's going to do it for this podcast. Appreciate everyone tuning in and checking it out. If you haven't liked it, like it already. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe already. What are you waiting for? You're slacking, bro. But my OG fans, I appreciate y'all for tuning in consistently. And we'll be back Friday night, hopefully on a positive note with the W against the Utah Jazz. But till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace.